Okay, so the title is a little bit of clickbait. I do love Ted Lasso. The characters, setting, jokes, all incredible. This video is more to show why this underrated comedy about a chirping, hard-hitting hockey player might have the most heart of anything you watch this year, including the new season of Ted Lasso.
Sasso.
Shoresy is Ted Lasso for people who enjoy It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The tone could be compared to the now classic season 13 episode of It's Always Sunny, Mac Finds His Pride. When a show that spawns such over-the-top iconic bits like Kitten Mittens, the Dennis System, and Fight Milk can turn you on your head and ground you in a reality that makes you feel for the plight of a scared guy coming out to his father, that is a testament to building solid characters even when they reside in a very silly world of their own making. On its surface, Shoresy seems like a crude and brash show that relies on harsh language and violence to be entertaining.
You're young, dumb, and mostly all ugly.
But by the time the credits roll in the pilot episode, you'll see that it is so much more. And by the time the credits roll in the finale 5 episodes later, you'll be itching to get back on the ice with Shoresy, JJ, Sanguinet, and
Jim.
My name's also Jim.
Problem solved.
And if you're familiar with the origins of the character on the show Letterkenny,
Fuck you, Shoresy! Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad I get a charity tax break just for hanging out with you.
you'll be incredibly surprised at how much depth a seemingly one-note character can be imbued with. The premise is simple. After a season that has seen the team lose 19 games, Shoresy has promised Nat, the team owner of the Sudbury Bulldogs,
This team will never lose again.
he then sets off to bring in a veteran presence and create a team that don't just love to win, but
Hate to lose.
you get the required episodes of building the team, suffering setbacks, and learning to play together, but the way in which these tropes are presented feels fresh, clever, and most importantly, very real. These are grown men who play hockey, and the story reflects that. At his introduction, the character of Shoresy can seem aggressively brash and bordering on mean-spirited.
Shut the fuck up, Sanguinet.
But as you delve deeper into both the hockey world and his personal life, you begin to see the roots of why he is the way he is, and how much belonging to this team means to him. The scene alone where Shoresy gets his captaincy back is played perfectly to be both a laugh and a culmination of where his character has arrived after 6 short episodes. A testament to the incredibly tight writing and editing of the show. Shoresy and Ted Lasso share a ton of similarities. Ted Lasso was born from a series of promos for the Premier League on NBC, while Shoresy was a spin-off of a very one-dimensional character from the amazing Canadian comedy Letterkenny. Both took seemingly simple, one-dimensional characters and imbued them with depth, a divine sense of character, and clearly defined stakes. Both shows are also amazing examples of how to write smart female characters that aren't presented as wet blankets for the male characters, or in the case of modern writing, overly sarcastic characters that rely on belittling the male characters. Instead, what you get are fully fleshed out characters dealing with their own pressures, living lives that feel established, and each dealing with their own character arcs.
Dumb.
Ugly. They're sluts. But there's a humbleness there and a responsibility. I respect it.
Fans of Rebecca Welton and Ted Lasso will adore Nat, the owner of the Sudbury Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are the last connection she has to her deceased parents, and seeing the team slowly fail its way out of existence is destroying her.
If my mom could see you guys shit the bed like this, she'd shit in her grave.
Well, yeah, we're pretty fucking bad.
Much like Shoresy, she hides us behind a harsh stoicism meant to protect her from facing the prospect of losing the thing she loves the most. Thankfully, the show didn't fall back on the tired will they won't they trope that is played all too often.
Well, that's what makes you such a sniper, Nat.
Oh, you think I'm a sniper?
To a lot of guys. To me, you're a bit young.
But instead, clearly establishes 2 characters learning to trust each other within the parameters of trying to pursue the same goal. Nat wants Shoresy to succeed and fights for him every step of the way, from getting sponsors to appealing to the board concerning a very dirty fight at the arena. Nat lives and dies for her team, much the way Shoresy does on the ice. The mark of a great show is that you could take any character and have them carry their own episode. The FX show You're the Worst did this the best in recent memory, and actually devoted some of their best episodes entirely to side characters, like the incredibly powerful 22 featuring Desmond Borges' Edgar, or The Seventh Layer that focused completely on Todd Robert Anderson's Vernon and Alan McLeod's Paul. Even a seemingly small character like Fish is quietly having his own growth in the background, even when it isn't obviously spelled out in the main narrative. Seeing a background character get his due has meaning and depth, and helps to punctuate the growth of Shoresy as a team leader. The cast of Shoresy should be a benchmark for how to create a diverse cast that represents the setting without pandering or feeling like it's checking off a list of required representation. The show is a testament to the diverse people of Canada, and an amazing example of casting natives without pandering or turning them into caricatures. The character Sanguinet is native, but that's not all he is. He's a former player turned first-time coach who's not afraid to ask for help.
Help me out, my man, just for the first game.
Fuck around. All right, you get one. I'll show you how it's done, but then you're on your own.
Thank you, Shoresy.
He wants to never lose again, as much as Shoresy, and he uses his experience as a former player to become the kind of coach he always wanted to have.
Dolo, you ready?
Sheila Sanger.
Good, cause you're going.
His growth is subtle, but he is a joy every single time he's on the screen, and someone you truly want to win. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of my favorite bits of Shoresy, which in terms of actual runtime, only takes up about 4 minutes of total screen time. But is a true study in how casting and chemistry can mean so much. The dynamic between Shoresy and local reporter Laura Moore has some of the most sincere and endearing dialogue I've heard in a very long time.
Hey, you ever been sitting across from someone just trying to have a normal conversation, fighting every urge inside yourself to just scream out, yeah! Shut the fuck up.
And is a true testament to the acting skills of both Jared Keeso and Camille Sullivan. The scenes of these two interacting inject the character of Shoresy with a layer that you hope they explore more of in season 2. When Shoresy says,
I swear to God I'd be so good to you.
you really believe him, and in truth, you're hoping it works out for him.
I'm gonna shoot my fucking shot with you one of these days.
With no doubt, the one aspect where Shoresy easily outshines Ted Lasso are the sports sequences. The action on the ice feels real and brutal, an obvious result of casting real hockey players. The choreography and sound design are incredibly immersive and just a joy to experience. So many times, the sports aspect of sports shows or movies feels like an afterthought, but Shoresy paid homage to the beauty of hockey so well. For as incredible as Ted Lasso is, many will be quick to admit that the football action on the pitch isn't anything to write home about. If you're a fan of the Mighty Ducks franchise, Shoresy is the adult version of that. It's a show that offers up the heart of the Ducks franchise, but repackages it with incredibly well-shot hockey action and writing that is so clever, you'll rewind it more than once.
So you got 2 beds, my bed, then another bed, then there's the couch, so gonna have to double up.
Hold the pole or hold the hole, boys.
Yeah, let's make sure no one's waking up to the other guy sleeping pole to hole or anything like that.
No,
It's like,
it's
won't be me. Won't be me.
Forget Game Changers on Disney Plus and whatever audience that was created for. Shoresy, in my mind, is the true spiritual successor to the Mighty Ducks. I'll close out this video by saying that I don't really believe Shoresy is better than Ted Lasso. I prefer it to Ted Lasso. Preferring one over the other doesn't dismiss the other one, and only adds to this weird desire we have to make teams out of everything. I'm just hoping more people will give Shoresy a chance. Jared Keeso has done a masterful job of turning this
Fuck you, Riley. Your mom keeps trying to slip a finger in my bum, but I keep telling her I only let Jonesy's mom do that, you fucking loser.
into this.
I'd go to the wall for you.
Yeah?
Are you my brother?
You're my brother.
Would you go to the wall for me?
I'll go to the wall.
Then you're allowed to call me a fucking useless cunt on your way there.
Yeah?
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
A true testament to his skill of creating comedy from the roots of established characters. So grab a stick,
6 are unbelievable.
log on to your parents' Hulu account after you give them a call,
Did you not call your parents?
Settle down.
and
Give your balls a tug, Ted.
Fuck you, Shoresy!